I'm gonna be like 2 seconds into it and I was gonna cuss. Too used to it already. Give me a second. As usual, I'm gonna be logging into my other account and going to be watching my own stream. Simply because the setup which I'm having right now is coming through my iPad. From the iPad, it's going into live basically. And that, opposed to using something like OBS and that kind of thing, where you can actually see and control everything on your computer, I can't do that here. So I need somewhat like a third person, second person type of view going on. But yes, as usual, I'm gonna say good morning to myself, and I am lagging completely. Is there any showing lags? No, FPS seems everything good. Oh, I paused my own stream. My bad. So I'm gonna say good morning, chat. Good morning. Good morning, friends. Actually, you know what? Let's see if I can. I can't type here, can't I? Nope, I cannot type. You see, that's the thing. I can't even have access to talking if I want to. I can only do it by video form. I can't type in chat. Wait, I think that's like a standard, right? That's not something that you can actually do to communicate with people while you are doing the live stream, I think. I don't know. Still figuring things out. This time I did get down what I do want to do. Not to say that I was like a thing. But anyway, hi guys, we are here for another day of another stream, and we are here for another daily reflection, not only so I can just tick it off the 75 hard of my half an hour video reflection, but also I have a lot of things that, not a lot of things, well, there are some things that I thought, why not just stream it? Might as well, because I'm gonna get it done, which has everything to do with the stream itself. So today's agenda, we are going to firstly set our intentions. What are we going to be talking about today? And then we are going to be talking about the topic of discussion today, which is the urgency to change. Then we have like those subtopics, which I also like written down. And then we're going to plan for future streams. That was something that I was actually thinking about, which led me to, you know what, let's just stream in the midday. One is also that I'm trying to figure out when the people are mostly online. I'm still waiting for the wave to come, but I'll still just continue streaming regardless. So planning for future streams is like setting a date for us to do things together. I was thinking that we can do like a Friday night mukbang stream type thing, or we can go out and exercise stream that thing too. There are many things. I feel that if I would have put myself in a position of the type of streamer that I kind of am, I think I'm more like a lifestyle kind of person, because I focus more on like not just personal development but also like creativity and that kind of thing. So if that is the thing, then I'm quite open to just leaving my room to do other things than just doing planning for the future and things like that, because that could get a bit dry in terms of that. But I was also thinking of like study streams, work streams, where I just completely don't talk. But at the same time, I'm thinking, if I do a work stream, my work is technically on the computer, editing and that stuff. What happens if we put like the camera all the way up here and y'all just watch me edit what thing? But at the same time, I was thinking that not a lot of things I can actually show you, because it just gives away the sense of surprise and so that's still something to consider, but that's something that we'll get into later on as we are planning for future streams. And then we'll just close with the outro. Yes, that is the agenda for today. Let's just dive right in to set our intentions. So this morning I woke up really, really hyper because of yesterday's. Yesterday, right after stream, brushed my teeth, took a shower, went straight to bed. Then from then, I woke up around 7. I went to take a walk in the morning. I went to go and clean the room. It's really quite clean, but like, area cleaning just to keep it clean. And I found myself feeling a bit at ease. Not a bit, I felt quite at ease. Yeah, I feel like this is home. I mean, yeah, this is home, but like this felt like a place where I'm rejuvenated and nothing can really come into destroy this energy which I'm having. What I was trying to say that the reason why I'm talking about this is how in the previous stream, I was talking about the days that led up to it, how it was very hard for me because I felt a bit overwhelmed by a lot of things that I have been doing, basically, by doing a lot of working a lot, not leaving the room, constantly meeting people. Anxiety just shot through the roof. As an extrovert person, I felt that I just didn't want to be anyone because that I just reached my threshold, and the pressure was a lot. But as I over time, when you have a space and you create the space based on intention, why the space is created, to make it yours, to make it like home, I felt more and more at home, at ease. And when I woke up and had my cup of coffee, this is my second cup of coffee, by the way, I felt that this was it. It was time for me to get back into the phase of, progressive overload, if you would say, to push myself even more than what I did before. Yes, I've already gone over the mountain before. I understand what burnout is. Then now it's time to change that, to focus more on how do I sort of continue on with the work that I want to do and still be synced in a sense. And that was having the environment ready, prepared for me, to always be able to be at ease. So yeah, that's how I woke up feeling really, really nice today, which also reminds me of a little quote that I have found over here. As I was reading, I just finished this book, The Same as Ever, and it was talking about how, all types of jobs is gonna suck, and how much suck are you willing to endure, basically. Hues, scars, jobs. The way I annotate the stuff is that, I put little stickers on it. The hardest point, no, not this one. Sick advantage, no, not this one. Just not to waste time, if I were to skip this and then we'll come back to this later. Okay, I can't really find it at the moment. I'm not sure, because I haven't transferred this to my commonplace book where I write down all the stuff that I've mentioned, that I picked up from the book into the commonplace book yet. So I am going to do that later. Then when I find it, I'll tell you guys on different streams. But I did find another quote over here, which I will share with you, because this is something that I have also felt before I started live streaming. Because I do a lot of videos, I spend a lot of time at the computer, therefore I should be working. But if that is the epitome of creativity, where I'm supposed to be always constantly doing the work, 9 to 5 kind of thing, creativity doesn't really work that way. You kind of don't stop working at all. Stop thinking about the work. And a lot of the creative things that really come out of the work that you do comes at really random times. You can be sitting down, from 7 a.m. all the way until 12 a.m. and the entire day, and you are attempting to crank out something, but you just cannot, because you're just so focused on the thing at hand. But once you leave, you get on the train, you're like, eureka, I found the thing. And that is exactly how creativity is forged. I'm saying this because I was a bit afraid to live stream, because I'm scared that all the clients and other people know that I do what I do, and they watch this, they're thinking, yo, why are you not working on the work that I'm doing? Why are you not doing the thing? The thing is that I am doing the thing. I spend the morning rendering stuff. I spend the morning thinking of how I'm going to be pitching the decks and that kind of thing. So will I take this as a sort of break? Yes. Do I also think of this as a sort of way to let me stretch my brain? Also, yes. So this is where I'm also kind of not afraid to just do the things that I sort of want to do. So yeah, the quote that I have picked out for today is, it's not about working less. It's the opposite. A lot of thought jobs basically never stops, and without structuring time to think and be curious, you wind up less effective during the hours that are devoted to sitting at your desk and cranking out work. really resonated with me a lot, because this really spoke to me in the sense that, yes, as creatives, we shouldn't be locked in. One story I can tell you is that I used to be working an internship. The reason why I was working an internship, it was like sort of part of school, and the reason why I chose that internship, it was because I wanted to see if I could work a 9 to 6 job while still be able to sort of like run my own thing outside of work. And it was possible. The thing about the job was I was quite ahead in what they wanted me to do in terms of like the video work and that kind of thing. They didn't see me as like the filmmaker, someone who's experienced, but they just knew that, oh, you hired this person to do videos, then after that, you just got to churn out one video, educational video every single week. The thing was, all their previous like interns were not trained to that standard. They didn't really have the experience prior to that. So when I went there, I looked at their content calendar and I was like, I'm going to take over this. And I finished what they asked me to do, basically, 2 months of work within a week, because I'm more organized. I've done something like that before. That's why I always tell people, you got to do spec work, passion work, go and try, go and fail out there. Then when the actual work actually comes, you are prepared to take it on. So when I was there, I took on the work, and I finished it really, really fast. Fast to the point where I had a lot of free time and I was asking for more. Give me more. Is there anything that you want me to do more? Basically, what's the next direction? What's the kind of thing? The guy above me was like, do your thing. Then I was like, what do you mean do my thing? It's like, I'm here to help you. That's why you hired me. It's like, yeah, just go do your thing. Okay, I have nothing to do. One fine day, it was 9 a.m. Let's say 10 a.m. And I went up to him and was like, I have nothing to do. I already finished everything that you asked me to do, and there basically is no more tasks. Can I go home? Because in all the other previous internships, the place that I have like worked at, agencies and stuff like that, you're creative, you finish your work, it's more open to go. You finish the work, there's no point keeping you. Like, there's just no point. But because this was sort of like a corporate environment, but at the same time, it was very a small type of company. There are not less than 30 people within the whole company. The boss, it was like the immediate boss was the boss of the entire company, and that was the way that he sort of like structured, told the rules. You have to stay. Yeah. So TLDR, the guy was like, no, you have to stay. Then I was like, why? I have nothing. He was like, because I'm paying you. And it's like, but that doesn't make sense to me. You're asking me to stay because you're paying me, but you can't give me any more work because you have nothing to give me. That didn't make any sense at all. So I spent the entire day just rotting there. And going forward from that day on, I went to work just to do my own work. And that's when I realized like, hey, actually, I can just do my own thing. I don't have to work under companies like this who kind of don't have the things for me ready to do my thing. But, yeah. So that was the point of what I was just talking about. But just to continue that story, internship, the pay was $600, $800 if I remember. Because you're still a student, that's why they're paying you that much. It's less about the pay. It's really just for me to just test. I had a lot of fun, messing around. But anyway, the thing was, on that day, he was like, no, you can't go because I'm paying you. You should stay. I was like, damn, okay, that's sad. So I continued my work. That work that I was continuing on was a client shoot at the end of the day that I had already booked, which is outside, which had nothing to do with the internship. So for the whole internship, I'm being paid $800. After the internship that day, I went to go and do that 2-hour job. I got paid $800. And that was where I thought to myself, I don't have to work for other people. I can actually just do my thing, because one day's, okay, we can't really call it a 1 day's of work, but basically that shoot had editing and that kind of thing. You just get what I mean. Versus working for someone for like 30 days, get 1 sec pay, versus, I choose when I want to work and then I get sort of like the same amount. That really changed my thought on money and how I approached life in that sense. You're actually free to just do whatever you want. So that's where I was like, change for freelancer, try to open a business instead, learn about business and stuff like that. Become this freelance filmmaker. On top of being a freelance filmmaker, I can also do other things too. But yes, I kind of got lost at the point, like how to end this, but yes, that is it on that, the setting intentions part of the day. Now we'll be moving over to part 2 of what we are talking about, which is the sense of urgency to change, which kind of like ties in with the first thing that we were talking about just now. But first, I do want to acknowledge there are 3 people today compared to yesterday. I guess we are going to be streaming more often in the morning. I'm not sure, probably throughout the day. I was on yesterday and there were 1 person, not counting me, who is also inside the stream. But yeah. Hi, good morning everyone. So part 2, we're going to be talking about the topic of discussion today, which is the urgency to change and, how it can push you to sort of like change. If you don't want to change and you're sort of like sitting around thinking like life will be, it is way as it is, life will push you to change no matter what. People will grow up, the nature will grow old, people will grow old, people will leave. And when that happens, then you are sort of, pushed to change. And the more stories you hear from the future, that also gives you a little bit of thought of how you can direct your life into the future. I was reading, I came across something on Instagram yesterday, someone's story, and then they were talking about how you can actually tell people who have taken care of their bodies and not taking care of their bodies when they are 40. You start to see like the divide in those people. And I really resonated with that because the experience that I have, not in just documentary work, but also talking to a lot of people, just getting to know a lot of people and seeing their mindsets towards life and that kind of thing. I meet a lot of older people. I'm 28 for context. A lot of people, when I mean older, are like 40, 50 and that kind of thing. They are disorganized, they're messy, they're still figuring out life. Nothing wrong with that. But there are a lot of things at hand's reach right now which we can implement into our lives that will sort of not make us into that. The contrast of looking at meeting these people and also meeting the people in other places, because like I'm in the fitness space, I am in the creative space, I am in the adventure space because I'm a scout. I'm also in the personal development space, in the helping environment, like not just with helping people grow, that kind of thing, but also with autism and therapy and that kind of thing. So helping space, and I'm in many spaces, just know that. So as I meet and I compare and contrast all these different types of people, I'm thinking to myself that wow, there is really a huge divide. Because firstly, a lot of people like to rush into marriage. This year is the year of marriage, everyone is getting married. I was telling one of my friends who is also getting married this year, it's like, oh, I used to be so lonely, when I see couples, and then that kind of like sucks for me because like I just felt that I need validation and that kind of thing. But in the end, as I grew older, I felt very comfortable with myself and being alone and just doing my thing. As you can tell right now, I am by myself in my room just doing this thing for the internet. But having said that, everyone is growing older, they're getting married, and then they feel the sense of urgency to, reach that standard of couples. Nothing wrong with that, but that's how they see the world. Most people see the world as that. If I don't get married by X age, then, I'm falling behind. If I don't get kids by X age, I'm falling behind. If I don't get a house by X age, falling behind. Evolution is happening. Inflation is happening. I live in Singapore. It is all getting to the point that times have changed, that maybe thinking in a different way that wouldn't be very applicable if you want to rush in that way, and then you sort of still have to figure life out. The point which I'm getting at is that a lot of people put themselves in a lot of positions because of rushing life, because they don't want to think, they don't want to acknowledge the time to think of how to where they want to direct their lives. And it seems that they're being pushed to change in that way. But most of these people are just reacting rather than, reacting rather than responding in a way of like, is this what I truly want? That's why you see a lot of videos out there on YouTube. It's like restarting my life, moving to a new city, just got out of a divorce and now I am like a free bird out there just exploring the world. It's like, this is how a lot of these videos come about, because I've met a lot of people like this. And a lot of people after 40, I met these people too, and they have been telling me like, Nick, you're still young, you're 28, you shouldn't like mess up your life, you should like run your life like that. And I'm looking at these people thinking, why didn't you? Why didn't you not do that? So on a more sensible thing that they would say, they were like, oh, because we reacted to life, it was always living for other people and that kind of thing. That's why it drew me into this particular stage in my life. It's like, all right, I get it. And then they slowly tell me, I was like, slowly I'm changing, I'm slowly getting into being a better person, the best version of myself and that kind of thing. It's like, okay, I'm more inspired by these people. The people who I'm not inspired by are the people who tell me like, you should be what, but they themselves are not living out their example. Because they're like, no, I can't do that because I have kids now. No, I can't do that because I have this job that I gotta keep. No, I can't do that. But when you actually look into their lives, they are being held down by entertainment in life. They're keeping busy by doing all these other things which they actually can put time into. And we can talk about how this goes down to the individual person, to say their motivation and discipline to go and change. But if they don't sort of like want to change and be pushed to change, then they kind of won't change. But anyway, the subtopic of what I want to talk about in this is like how older people have changed the way that I thought. I looked at these people and I thought to myself, I don't want this to be my future. I'm looking at these 40, 50-year-olds, they are overweight, bigger than me. They are also people who are like smoking and drinking and all that kind of thing. Like I said, first, let me preface by saying that we need two sides. Without going through this path of like struggle and like lostness and all that kind of thing, you wouldn't have that hero's journey to actually push you off to the other side. So as I'm saying this, I'm not trying to say like, whoa, this is bad, in the sense where, don't do that. Because I feel that people need to go through this phase of lostness, then you can understand how to change itself. But anyway, all these people are these kind of people, and they are saying that's the way that they have ended up in. And I'm thinking, I don't want to be this guy who is spending my life just derping around for the rest of my life. I can actually start now. I could have started many years before, but if you have like stayed up with my videos before, I have talked about the 4 parts of my life: the time of loss, the era of self, the exploration of life, and now is the acceleration of life. The time of loss was a part of my life where I was really just living for the sake of the world, and I felt that was how the world was. It's simply like school just telling you, this is how the world is, go and be like this person, you're going to be like this, you're going to be working a 9 to 5. As you can tell from the story in part 1, clearly that has broken my limiting belief, because clearly I can just make my own money that way. So in the sense where these people are telling me like, you're young, you can, they're not telling me. I'm looking at these people and thinking, I'm still young, I can actually make a change for myself, I can actually implement all these things. Some of these people have never picked up a book in their entire life because they're thinking, reading is hard, I'm not going to read, and reading is boring. I don't think that it's going to be any change in my life. Same thing for fitness. If I start walking now, I'll get so tired, I don't want to do the thing. They're saying, oh, I'm locked in with a lot of things, I don't think I can do the thing. And I'm just thinking, but there's so many options out there. This also grasps into how, we have different experiences coming from different things, balancing out the argument in that sense. But at the same time, I'm looking at these people thinking, I don't want to be them. I don't want to be 40 years old still struggling with where am I going in life. Probably life will change for me, for sure. Will I continue with filmmaking? Maybe I'll work on a 10-year documentary, which will be the biggest thing in my life, maybe. But to look at them and think that they have been doing that for 30 over years before, that's very scary, and I didn't want to be that kind of person. So hence that's who I am today. The next question inside the subcategory was, do I want to be this person? That's a very big question that I often ask people. Like I pose the question to them, do you want to be this person? Do you want to be the person that you are today? And what would your past self, how would your past self react to if they were to meet you today? That's another question that I also pose to people. if I were just to think at this point in time, right now, my past self, let's say 10 years ago, when I'm 18, if that 18-year-old Nicholas were to meet the 28-year-old Nicholas right now, I think he would be astounded to meet me. And I'm not saying this to increase my pride or that kind of thing, like boost my ego. No, I'm trying to say that, at 18 years old, I was still in the military serving my national service, and I had that moment where I got out of the bunk, I was staring at the sky and thinking, like, where is life gonna go? As every soldier does, where is life gonna go? That's a bit like scary and sad and that kind of thing. Maybe I'm gonna get rich after this, maybe I'm gonna get married, maybe I'm gonna do all these kind of things. But now that I'm 28, I'm thinking, damn, I'm just sitting at home watching brain rots on TikTok and working a job that has no sense of certainty. I could get a job today, I could get a job tomorrow, and I could be working on a big project. But now I'm streaming in front of 3 people, and also gonna have a very good hike later on, which I gotta get out sometimes. That is the different thing. It's like the whole mentality thing of how I've changed over the past 10 years has really made me feel like I am a new person and really, much more knowledgeable and that kind of thing. So thinking about if I were 38 tomorrow, and if I were to meet my 38-year-old self tomorrow, I would want to be wiser. I would want to have even more options in life, not just by career, but to travel the world and to meet people and to learn cultures and learn languages and that kind of thing. Can you imagine that would impress the heck out of my 18-year-old self who thought that I'll never be at this point today? Crazy, right? And it all comes down to looking at your environment right now and thinking, is this the people that I want to be with? Is this the type of environment that I want to be? The moment you start to change your environment, you change your self-perception towards the environment, then everything starts to change around you. I was telling a friend that I used to be very sad, in the sense where everything around me used to be very depressing. It was just to the point where I felt like the world was against me, that kind of thing. But now I'm going towards MRT stations, I'm going towards the bus stops, I'm meeting the bus drivers, the MRT people, I go to Don Don Donki very often. All these places, the gym, basically public places, and I'm meeting a lot of people, smiling at them and getting to know them like they're my friend, and suddenly the environment lights up. Like building your own garden around you, and I feel so much at home anywhere I am in the world. People cut you off, you start to be angry at them. It's like, why is the world being like this to me? But how we respond to the world is like, I could have said that, whoa, that person over there could have had a very bad day. It's just like I sort of kind of was in the way of this person, maybe, give a benefit of a doubt. The perspective towards how you respond to the world will also change your environment, will also change the energy which is around you. Like I said before, energy cannot be changed or destroyed. Einstein, right? Yeah, anyway. But also energy needs to go somewhere. And if you are always directing very negative energy around you, and you're also reacting to things in a very like bombastic that kind of way, then you are going to be getting a lot of negative energy back. So in the same manner, if you want things to change, you start being with people in the environment of like, hey, we want to change because we don't want to be that person in the future. So you're hanging around people who are reading much more, having what's that, open mindset kind of thing, not scarcity mindset, that the opposite of that. It fills my abundance mindset. Have a mind of abundance to say like, hey, actually there's a lot in the world that I have not discovered yet. Maybe whatever I know right now isn't the best. That's something very big to admit, that a lot of people, it's much easier to just accept how life is compared to actually facing the real truth in life. And yeah, that's how life is. But TLDR, what I'm trying to say is that the moment you start to see that you don't want to be going down the path of where you don't want to become, and then you start to surround yourself with the environment that you do want to become, you start being the person that you want to be, then everything around you will start to change. And slowly but surely, you will get somewhere in life that is completely different from where you are right now. And I believe this to be true because that is how it has worked for me. I have sort of not accepted in a way, like, what's the word for it? I have come to terms with where I was going in life at that point in time, which has led me to say like, no, I don't want to be this person, let's go and change. And that really kickstarted me to change. And to wrap up this little topic on like the urgency to change is that we are growing old. Growth in aging is inevitable. Dyslexic is hitting me right now. You just cannot, go from it. You will age. And when you age, that is the sense of urgency that has kickstarted me to say that I really want to change. Because I don't want to be 40 and be that person. Yeah. All right. And that was part 2 of what we were doing today. Have a little water break. Okay, let me just check on my phone. I'm just gonna be scrolling through this for a bit. Okay. So what else did I plan for today? We've already done half an hour of the daily reflections. It seems that there are more. Okay, my frame of reference is that there were like 2 people on today, so that's why it's like, oh wow, there are a little bit more people here. But I'm thinking that maybe we'll stream a little bit in the morning, maybe we'll stream a little bit at night. But when coming to part 3, we are now going to be planning the future streams of what we are going to do. Because if I turn up and we're only going to be, just talking about, reflecting on topics, that kind of thing, that's like, yeah, that's sure. But what happens if we can do even more than just that? Maybe we can have more chill streams in the future, which is what we're going to be doing right now. And also, I thought of trying to, redecorate my room. Little room tour over here. So, where shall we start? We shall start here. So this is my room, as you can tell from all my videos. Sorry. This is my room where I kind of don't sleep here. I sleep in my sister's room because she's overseas and she has like an actual bed. I sleep on the floor. But yeah, over here we have my computer setup where I do not only my editing work, but also the work of like the content stuff and stuff like that. I have a whiteboard. I have 2 whiteboards, one over here, one over there. This one is mainly for all the bigger projects where I want to ideate and the kind of thing. That one is sort of something that needs to be more stable in terms of like if research for a bigger project, everything goes up onto there because that doesn't really have the stilts like this. So the holders. So that needs to go there, which nicely goes on top of these boards. We have the Ralph vase over here. It's a musical instrument. We have 75 hard over here, which I haven't changed it to day 3 today yet. Over here we have a bunch of books. We also have a projector over here, which goes up on top there. So it seems like a little black room that I have in my room, basically. So when I'm doing my editing work and we have people coming over to my house who are just sitting around, I actually have 2 chairs over here, which are being used for a shoot right now. But we have people sitting in the room. The projector will be projected all the way up there. Then we have like triple screens going on at one time, so everyone can watch the thing. At the same time, it is also quite strategical where I place the screen over there and also the projector here. Reason being, because the studio monitors over here are facing this way, when I had my previous editing setup, the screen was over there, and you can only hear from one side, which didn't quite make sense to listen, have the environment of listening to the audio at that time. So I was thinking that if I were to get some what do you call this shelf thingy, it will be able to sort of lift up everything up and also help me keep my other books and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why the projector is projecting here and the studio monitors are pointing this way. When there are people in the room, this thing, I will turn and face towards everyone else so everyone can hear what we are doing. Yeah. Moving on over here, we have a 40 terabyte hard drive. This is one out of, I think, 4 of this, because we work with a lot of data. Rodecaster Pro. This is something that I can do with a full streaming setup. But like I said before, as I'm testing this out, if this works and this becomes much more fun and I get used to this, not just like with the iPad, we can actually do a full stream with bumpers and that kind of things and logos and things on the side, and that would be pretty cool. But that is something for the future that we are slowly working towards as we continue to do that. Over here, we have just a small table. My typewriter is over there. This is outside my room. And then this is the back of the place. It is not there. Nothing much to see. Over here, we have the staircase that leads up to my attic. This staircase always has been, it has been interesting to a lot of people. And let me explain why there's a staircase in my room. Over here, if you can see, this little wall over here to that side is identical, because this used to be a balcony outside. So when we renovated the house, we sort of demolished this wall, and then we sort of pushed it out. So the room is bigger in that way. So that's why we have part 2 and 2. So this used to be an upstairs balcony type thing. So which is why I have a staircase in my house, in my room. Yeah, it's a little private, cozy space up there. I don't want to go up there right now because it's really, really hot, and at the same time, we will lose connection because I'm connected to the internet, and going to the 3rd level just short circuit the internet overall. So yeah, that is the room tour, and the reason why I showed you that was because I felt that we could also decorate the room together. That's something that I always wanted to do. One hobby which I wanted to get into is terrarium building. I have a fish tank upstairs, and I'm really into nature, so I'm thinking, let's build something together. I also want to add plants into my room. I do have this little flowers and plants over here. They are fake. The reason why it's fake is because I'm still discovering if there's a plant out there that can go in hot and cold environments, really resilient to that kind of thing. Because something like today, before this, I was, on a call, I was editing work, and I'm listening to the sound, I was recording sound and that kind of thing. If I have the fan blowing down on my microphones, that's not good for the thing. At the same time, there is construction going on outside, which means that I need to close up my windows and that kind of thing. So the air conditioning comes up at this during this point in time of day. So yeah, the reason why I was telling you that, I kind of forgot. Okay. So hot and cold. So when I'm not having the air conditioning running at this particular time, then I'm opening all the windows and just letting the sea breeze come inside, because I sort of live near the sea, and it gets really hot opposed to just being the sea breeze coming in. And when that happens, it's kind of, the room will become a little, what's the word for it? I lost the word, but yeah, it becomes very hot. And then after that, I come home, I turn on the air conditioning again, it gets cold. Then after that, hot, then cold, and then hot and cold. So to have a real plant inside my room is not really the best case option. The best case option is to use fake plants, which I have back here. So I'm thinking to put even more plants into my room. just to decorate it. We can have like some table plants over here. We can have some, probably like a fern over there. We can probably have something dangling from up there. I'm not really sure yet, but yeah, I thought that would be fun. So yeah, it seems that it's a universal thing to say when you are losing out on things to say, then you go like, so yeah. There's one thing that I really want to understand is how the live YouTube live kind of works. Because I'm thinking to myself, how do you people exactly find people who are live? Even I can't do that because you need to see the channel itself. Then you can see that, that someone is going live at this time. And that's how you know. But someone was explaining before, like there's no place to say, I'm going live. Like an explore page, that kind of thing, something like Twitch. Yeah, but anyway, we'll talk about that. Let's plan out the streams that we'll be doing in the future. For part 2, I'll bring the board here so you guys don't have to move. Give me a second. Okay, the reason why I'm covering that up is because I have still some live videos which I'm doing, so I need to sort of, just cover it up. Actually, no, I can get rid of this. This has been up here for a while, hence why it is very hard to get out. Okay. Where's the cat? I'm curious. Okay, but before we start, let me go to the loo. Hello guys, I am back. Coffee break? Alright, is this the best viable place to put you guys? We'll just run with it, we'll just go with whatever we have. Right, so we are planning future streams. What exactly do we want to do? What I was talking about just now is that we will, whatever I'm going to be writing here, I will be transferring it to something that we can actually see in a perfect document later on. But for now, we're just going to write it on the board because we're just going to ideate what we are going to do in the future. So opposed to, the first thing is all the daily reflection stuff, because I have to clear that for 75 hard, REFLECTION. Yeah. Daily reflections. I was also thinking, because I might be working on a film, I was thinking that we could plan together in terms of like bouncing ideas of the thing. It feels like a live presentation, when you have to prepare for your pitch decks and your kind of thing, and then you're pitching to clients and kind of thing. So I felt that was pretty intense and really fun. And y'all can be looking forward to, me preparing something and like me showing you off what I've created, and y'all can tell me, hate it, love it, you'll be part of the process. That's something that would be really cool. So research, EARCH, and pre-pro for film, PRE-pro for film. Actually, you know what? Not just film, but like just project work. OJECT. So we have like a community project that we're working towards together. Eating. I don't know why that came to mind, but there a lot of the Friday nights before I was watching, making my own streams, I would always be watching K-pop stuff, those K-pop live streams. I will be also watching other streamers just do their thing and just hanging out with them, and I thought that was like super fun. And yeah, and I would just be eating at my desk over here and thinking, wow, that is actually really, really fun to do. So I'm thinking that, hey, why don't I also not just eat in front of the thing, but like be that person to like chill out on a Friday night with some people on the internet. I thought that would be really, really fun. So that's why I'm thinking, let's choose a date. Not let's choose a date, but Friday nights we'll be eating streams and we'll be just chilling and talking and that kind of thing. But also let's set a date for like a proper big thing, let's order a lot of food, let's get some friends here, and let's just, I don't know, that's just something that we can do. But I'll just consider that as eating. I don't want to do mukbang, that's weird. No hate for the mukbang people, I'm just saying that, according to whatever I do, it's just not me. Yeah, so eating, workout, yeah, I forgot about that. Workout stream. We can go to the gym, we can also go on hikes, we can also go to places where I deem as very interesting and, a change of environment compared to just in here. Yeah. Oh yeah, speaking of this like project thing, we can also branch this out to the project of, like I talked about yesterday, I said that in 2025, I kind of am still thinking about if I want to continue running, because now I'm doing the series on like the road to 21K, half marathon, beginner running series, and I sort of am changing and improving my cardiovascular self. And I'm thinking to myself that I actually want to get back into rocking, hiking, camping, and that kind of thing. That is the core value of me, what I grew up in Scouts, and also me as a person to go out and be very adventurous. So I'm thinking that next year, probably I won't sign up for so many marathons. This year, I already did a 10 km. I'm going for a half marathon, which I'm training for right now. And then I have a 5 km at the end of the year. I did it because that I wanted to just challenge myself from walking to running. So running has been an integral part, but at the same time, as I go for all these trainings, I'm thinking to myself, I don't really like running. Not in the sense like, oh, it's a very bad thing, but it's just not me. I don't feel at home. It's similar to when I was doing powerlifting, and I was just like, the more you lift, you will just get stronger. Then what? I don't know what to do with it. But I like, what I'm trying to say is here, it's just too certain. I know that if I train up, I am going to complete the 21K. If I were to lift heavy every single, working towards a competition in powerlifting, I know that I'm going to get somewhere, 100%. Whether I make the lift or not, I am still going to do the lift. It is very certain. But when you go out there, you camp, there's just a lot of uncertainty. You can plan for, bringing barbells and things to like hiking poles and all that kind of thing. But once you go out there, that's where you are truly tested with Mother Nature. For all you know, a bear could come with the entire village, and then you are starting to, fight them off with the spear that you have made out with your little pocket knife and a stick, or maybe your hiking pole. I'm getting too dramatic about this, but what I'm trying to say is that I like uncertainty. Uncertainty is fun. That's why I like camping, hiking, and things where I am sort of prepared but really unprepared. And a thing that I want to get to the next level is that the 2025 thing, maybe we will plan for overseas solo camping slash hike. Solo camping hike. Let's make it like a week or something like that. And the other thing is that why don't I also choose a country where I need to learn the language, whether in Japan, whether in Korea, whether in Indonesia, whether in I don't want to go to like the west side. I still want to stay within Asia first, and then I will go and explore the other places on the other side. Because as much as y'all have bigger, like Lake District and that kind of thing, you have the PCT that I also want to do, the ATAT, those true hiking kind of things. It is not viable, strategically viable at this point, as I also want to build the business itself. So if I go for a hike for that 1 week, I still can come back and still continue work as I want to. So it's strategically planned like that. Probably when I'm 30, 2 years from now, and I'm more ready in life, then we'll go for those 6 months hikes and camps like that. But yeah, solo camping and hiking plan, training up for that, which also goes into like the workout and that kind of thing. But this one can go into like the research and also the learning of the language. Learning, A-R-N-I, learning of languages, Languages. Thought that would be fun too. Right, so we have that over there. What else can we do as a stream? Is there any fun things? I want to write there, like play games, but I'm not such of a big game person. Yeah. This is the sort of thing that I'm just like, oh yeah, terrarium, brother. How do you spell terrarium? T-E-R-R-I-U-M. Terrariums. T-E-R-R-A-R-I-U-M. Building. I think that could be fun. Let's see what other things. I have dabbled in the case of like, let's invite someone, put people on stream, but that is something that is really have it as an option. What do we call it? Gathering, Gathering, gathering of the creatives,Ativies. You know what would be fun? Like in the future, as slowly we build this community of people and we actually find like a actual space in real life, this live stream can not only be just me speaking towards the camera, but also like a lot of people inside coming to this place, and then we can share. It's like I don't want to call it like a networking event, but it's more like a gathering of people. So that will be fun, not only to just talk, be creative and have that space, but also we can work out, we can eat, and sort of that kind of thing. I feel one thing that I have been always thinking about is that how people felt convenience, or at least I'm feeling that convenience is slowly starting to die out. Where back in the day in Singapore, we had this thing called like the kampung spirit, where kampung is basically the village, and everyone knew everyone inside the village. Everyone was very close proximity to each other, and if you needed something, you can just go over to your neighbor and do that kind of thing. But slowly, life is getting to the point where it's very busy for everyone, that no one has time for anyone at all. And as much as we are living in close proximity to a lot of people around us don't know each other, because no one is taking the effort to go and learn, meet up with these people. No one is taking the first hand to keep up with everyone who is around. It's always about the self and just surviving in life right now, which I believe will be detrimental into the future, because if that continues to happen and people start to be solo, people start to be isolated in a country where we have a lot of resources to go and meet people. I was talking with someone recently who was telling me that, hey, it's quite impossible to meet people because it's just hard. Like, where do you find these people? It's like, well, you go to LinkedIn, you shoot them a DM, or you go to Instagram, you shoot them a DM, or you just say hi to people on the street, get to know them. within the first like 10 minutes and the first 5 seconds. If you sort of like vibe with them, then continue on and get to know them even more. Yeah, that kind of thing. There's just so many options to meet people, but a lot of people still feel that there are not enough places to meet people, and that is something that I really want to foster in the community which we are growing together. Yeah, so community building, oh, and U and I building, UILDNG, community building. What other things can we do on stream? Let's see. Work study, I just remembered. Work study. That will be fun. Essentially, I just continue work as usual and then like people just watch the stream. Oh yeah. What can I do on stream? Gaming for creatives, art and music, food and outdoors, just chatting. Well, this is technically I'm considered as just chatting, right? Oh, but that I don't know if that falls under like the YouTube thing. The Twitch thing, that kind of thing. But yes, I think the main thing that I'm trying to foster is this community of people who wants to grow. I said that yesterday, saying that today. And when I mean grow is like wherever you are in life, you feel that you want to take your life to the next level. That is basically it. And with all of these things that are up here, is to show you the journey of I'm just a guy in a room thinking that there's so much options out there and someone doesn't believe that. So it's you following the journey of me, showing you an example of how you can change by starting day 1 and 2. That will lead you to day so many after that. Your past self will have this thought of that you wouldn't be here today, but you will be reaching to a place where you'll be proud of yourself and I will be proud of you too. Yeah. What other things? Research and creativity as a work study, creativity, CREATIVITI. We can do books. I think that's good. We can do book discussions. Responses. I am hungry. If you can hear my stomach growling type thing going on. But yes. But like I talked about at the start of the stream, I was like saying how I was a bit afraid at the start to start streaming, because I would think that if people look into what I am doing, they would start to say like, oh, why are you not working on my thing? And it feels like I'm gonna be a Minecraft YouTuber in the sense where they say like, hey guys, I'm gonna be going to do the work and that stuff of thing. We'll continue tomorrow. Then after that, I come back on stream tomorrow. It's like, hey guys, I did a little bit of building offline, and then like, whoa, you see a lot of things already prepared. For it's like, guys, I'm going to Japan next year. We're going to climb Mount Fuji, and we're also going to be staying in the mountains and so on and so forth, like that kind of thing. And it's all booked out. I'm going tomorrow. They'll be like, what? So yeah, that could be the case too. I don't know. It's like I've already done the obligation of me doing the stream for today, and I'm sort of already done. But technically, I like really want to stay because it's just so fun, even though I am just talking to myself. Okay, look at this. So daily reflection, stream, pre-recording, Oh, let's take it a step further. Like I talked about also like how this thing that I'm doing right now with the iPad, because my current setup now is just my iPad. I have enough to go and start streaming on the computer and stuff like that, but I want to be able to move around, that kind of thing right now. And there are devices out there which actually allows that, but I'm thinking it's a bit pricey at the moment. But if I really get into it, then I would invest in something like that. But that needs to be like over 100 streams first, and then it will sort of make sense to transfer over, because that is when everything will be more enhanced. I always talked about when you have completely nothing around you and you need everything else to elevate it, then you have nothing from the start. But if I'm already giving off this energy like this, and I already have things planned, I already have all these things, imagine what happens if I were to get the things that will boost it even more. Then it will be a holistic thing. Which leads me to the point of what I'm going to write. I thought of doing an online campfire. Because I come with Scouts, we do campfires in real life, and sometimes people can't make it and then they do the thing. The thing is, my sort of advantage which I have comes from the media industry and also like the camping, outdoor adventure kind of thing. And they sort of don't mix. I don't see a lot of people. I've never seen people do that kind of thing. So will it become a show? Could be. Could it become a stream? Also could be. It could be something that in a place and we do it like an indoor fire, that kind of thing. But I think song and dance and bringing people together, that's something that I'm really into, that I really want to do, which is where I thought about the campfire thing. Yeah, that's gonna be really, really fun. Oh, we can do games. Not just a game show, but like games, real life, Games, IRL. Yeah. Exploring, we can also explore. Explore. Explore places. There are not a lot of places to explore in Singapore. We can go on coffee dates. Food. Okay, that comes under eating. Food dates. Yeah, study dates. That's gonna be very fun too. Okay, when I'm talking about this, it's like if I sort of have planned out if it comes to the point where I really need to stream outside because I need to get the half an hour in, and I also need to I need to get a half an hour in, and I don't have time during the day, and I have to just find a piece of location out there, then I will still continue to do it because I don't want to fail 75 hard round 2. So in that sense, I would need to, so I was thinking, since I'm out with my friends or that kind of thing, I can just like stream us doing the thing out there, eating and study dating and that kind of thing. Yeah. There are some streams out there I've seen before where they're just having the camera on one side and it's like 7-Eleven or something like that, and they're just eating and it's like non-talk kind of thing. But that's the most comforting things I have ever watched. A lot of times when I'm actually doing work or like, I'm staying inside my house, I would like to put on sounds of coffee shops and that kind of ASMR type of sounds, because to me that really creates the environment that I wish to be in. It's like, why can't you go to there? Well, shop, cafe, prices are expensive, so it's a no-go for me, dude. I don't want to spend so much money on there when I can just spend money on, I can have my own coffee at home. Coffee, can you see? Nice. It's kind of cold now. Oh, that brings to mind, work study for me is different from a lot of other people, which we set the intentions at the start of this video today, where we were talking about how being creative, you cannot be sitting down 9 to 5 kind of thing. You have to be curious and much exploratory in the things that you do. So essentially the type of work that I do is not just sitting at a computer and going like, let's research this and look at this and prove from that. It's like, yes, that is like 20% of the thing. There are some times where I need to, let me write it now first, like practice the lines. Like for example, this is a script that I'm working on with a friend, a film competition which we're doing. So can you imagine if I were to take you in a day in a life on a stream to actually go through like the entire table read, the script and that kind of thing. And also to, express how this is done in that sense. Like how would I break it down, my behind the scenes and stuff like that. Behind the scenes. That could also be pretty cool to do too. So that is an option that we might think of. Yeah, that's really, really cool. Like I said at the start, the the research and pre-production when I go and show you guys what I've been doing. You can also be part of it in the sense where you can like tell me, hey, you should also look into this particular topic or that particular topic. Maybe you missed out this, maybe you missed out that. All options are viable and they're always up there for me to go and see. And I'm always open to ideas, because the more we open our mind to things of the world, then it will allow us to sort of like narrow down the future of who we don't want to be and what we don't want it to be, so on and so forth. Which also comes to me at arts and craft. Arts and craft, where should we write that? Arts and, is it exploratory discussions? Oh no, I don't have arts and craft. Yup. That is good. Let me just, sorry. Push you guys back. Let me just Google. Also, it's very funny to me that here in Singapore it's a bit too safe. And when I'm saying that is that when people from America, UK, all that kind of bigger countries, when they stream, they're sort of like, no, don't. Okay, this might come down to the type of streamer, because there are those entrepreneur streamers who are just like, I don't care where I'm streaming, I'm just gonna be streaming here, and like you can bump into me in real life, stream snipe them on real life, which is, it's funny. But all those other more popular streamers who kind of like get the attention of the younger generation, when they get sort of like stream sniped and then they get harassed and that kind of thing, that's bad. So that's why they sort of say things like, they have this, their security is always up very high, because they're like, oh, what happens if I get mobbed? What happens if I get swatted? What happens if I do all these things? So it's very bad in that sense. So they don't sort of like share their location. But the funny thing is that in Asia, especially in Singapore, a lot of the streamers are like, yeah, I just live at this place, or like, yeah, I'm at this place right now, you can come and find me. It's like, we are that point of friendly where we are just like, whatever. If you want to come and find me, sure. If you don't, that kind of thing. Because we also know that if you were to mob us at a place and it's completely not our fault, the police, the law would just come down on the people who actually instigated that kind of thing. So I think it comes to the point of like, it's a bit too safe. It's like, yeah, I'm out here at Pongo right now and I'm doing my thing. You can come and meet me if you want to. And yeah, it's like, wow, why are people so open about sharing where they stay, where things are happening and where they are at? Like, do you not care about your privacy? I don't know. But for me, I'm just like, I'll show you guys the interior of my house and where I am at some point in time, but right now, nah. Slowly as we build up to it. Arrange a challenge or a bet. Okay, I'm just reading off like this website of what we sort of can do. Give me a second. The thing about talking for so long, suddenly I just got very we can do this says you can do a stream for fundraiser, but I think I want to take it to the next level and actually do like a fundraising type of thing that we also can work towards. Let's say I go for like a 10,000 km hike towards Thailand or something like that. That would be fun to do. Crazy, but it will be fun because it's a fun raiser. Wait, how do you spell fundraiser? FUNDRAISER. Yes. Perform a talent on live stream. Do I have talents? Maybe. Not really. Arrange a flash sale. Guys, I'm selling my cameras. I'm just kidding. Give away a host or contest, guide viewers towards a meditation session. It's like, yeah, I'll guide you guys through some dubstep. bit too much from there. Get crafty. Yep, I already wrote that out. Lead a workout session. That's something that we can do too. I was always thinking that, hey, let me do like Zumba and that kind of thing, because I feel very energized doing that. But I still like to figure out how the copyright of music and everything works out. Hence why I'm still on the iPad and not on the computer. I'm scared that suddenly I go share something that has nothing to do with me, and then suddenly I get banned and my whole channel goes to waste. So I ain't gonna do that so early, but slowly we'll get to it. Cooking. We can do cooking. Eating, cooking. Oh. There's so many things that we can do. I don't believe it. Play a game with your audience. Well, with me and the one viewer, how are you doing? Talk about hobbies, favorite music. Oh yeah, share experiences. Yeah. Okay, for anyone watching the recap, tell me who is your favorite K-pop idol and why. I really want to know. Can do a theme stream. Can do unboxing. Well, I buy equipment and then like, hey guys, I'm gonna be unboxing. Well, truth or dare. Oh, okay. Rank things with your viewers. Ask random questions. Random question generator. Okay, now it's coming to the point where people are less intentional. Like the options are being intentional on your thing. Take requests of viewers. Sure. Have viewers call in live. Sure. I don't know. We shall KIV that. Oh. Take your viewers out. The way that they worded this can be taken in a very wrong type of thing. Head out to your favorite coffee shop, head out to a local street concert, make your way through the farmer's market, or do whatever you like when you go out with your audience. Audience love to see parts of your real life. That is true. That is very true. A lot of the streams that I watch are people going to cafes and like eating there, ordering and that kind of thing. So, yeah. Spontaneous live sessions, that is also something we can do. I like to be very organized in terms of how I plan my streams, but at the same time, I am down for spontaneity. We can actually just throw away the things that we have planned out for the day, and we just do our own thing. That could be a thing. Show your stream setup. That's basically my whole stream setup. It's just an iPad. that is. I thought of one. It's educational. I can teach you stuff. Yes. Let's see if we can get any more inspiration from the internet. Slowly I'm losing my energy to speak. It's like after I do a recording session, like a VO session, I'm feeling the same. I'm feeling very at ease. I'm feeling satisfied. I'm also feeling that I want to sleep. I might sleep after this. I might go out for lunch. Yeah. You can see what I'm looking at. Oop, I got you guys on the other side. Funny, right? I watch myself. The quiz, VR stream, virtual watch party, host similar channels, pets. I have a pet, but she's scared of cameras, so I don't think we are gonna do that. Oh, okay, there's one thing that I have to check. Okay, the iPad is gonna run out of battery. The other thing that I was also thinking, the reason why I'm using like the iPad is that sometimes I can, get lost in what I'm doing, and I can just go on and on and on, even though we have a plan. Because there's no set end time like a TV station where it's only half an hour. After you show this, it's over kind of thing. So or at least the thing that stops me from continuing is probably an iPad. Can you go and charge it? Yes, but I will need cables, and drawing cables does not give me the idea of portability. But also it gives me like a start and end point. From the start, I start streaming, and then after that it will sort of like stop. Share experiences, popular news, create tutorials. I wrote that already. Questionnaires, cook something, eat weird something, ask probing questions. What is the meaning of an orange? Mindful sessions training, make a list of your favorite things, inspire with others. What is inspire with others? I'm gonna inspire you to do something, then you're gonna tell me in the comments, like, just do it. And I'm like, yes, we are inspiring each other. The energy is transferred back and forth. Right. It is a Thursday morning, 11:25 a.m. And just to recap at the number of viewers who have joined me, when I was part 1 during that whole reflection section, there were minus 1. There were 2 people with me that stayed throughout the whole thing, which I was really shocked by. And then so they in and out, we had like a 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, but it's pretty cool. But what I'm starting to realize is that not a lot of people are online at this time, similar to the morning portion of it. Maybe because people are at school and that kind of thing. I'm not sure again how the stream thing works, how the algorithm works for you to actually find out that I am actually streaming. So is it just by aggravation, or like you're exploring and you're looking for a place for inspiration and you're like, oh, I found this live going on, that's why I'm going to give it a click. And now that you're inside, yeah, that is it. Probably I need to change the thumbnail. What happens if I put in like something cool? I don't know. Well, I have exhausted myself, and I've also exhausted the things that I have written on the board today. Recapping on the things that we can do for future streams, which I will go and plan out into the future, is daily reflections, the first thing up there. The second one is research, pre-production, film, and things that work on a project together. Eating, cooking, recipes and that kind of thing. Workout, lead a workout. We have solo camping that we are planning towards in 2025. We have learning languages, which also relates to that. Terrarium building. Why not let's do hydro, HYDRO, farming. Because I'm also into that, or at least that's something that I want to explore. Build and gather creatives like in a space, work, study, being creative, talk about the behind the scenes and that kind of thing. We have book discussions and responses to a book. We have a campfire, which again, community-based type of thing. We have games in real life, like ice and water and things like that, where when we finally have a lot of people with us, we can explore places in Singapore. We can go on food dates. We can go on study dates. We can go and do art and crafts. We can go and sign up for a fundraiser, start a fundraiser type thing. We can share our experiences, and I can educate you on the things that I know and am learning at the same time. These are the stuff out there. If you're watching the recap of the stream, you can also put them down in the comments so we can also add to the list of things to do. Yeah, I'm open to doing as much as possible to keep the 75 days as exciting as possible. Yeah. Well, I have gone on for 1 hour and 18 minutes today. The most I have gone on today. It was a really exciting stream, and now we are coming to the end of the stream. I had fun. I hope you had fun. The question of today is that, do you want to be this person that you are right now? If not, are you ready to change? Are you ready for change? Are you ready to become the best version of yourself? That's all I have to say for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. My name is Nikki Adopt, and I hope to see you guys on the next adventure. Goodbye. I'm just going to be holding this I'm holding this. I can't even see the buttons. Yeah, it only works in editing. I can't do it on live. But yeah, okay. Have a good day, guys. See you guys tomorrow.